Recording has begun.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Shahzad Hussain and I live at 20 Primary Way, Undercliff. And today it's been 127 days that my brother's been unlawfully kidnapped from my care and taken as being held hostage against his will by the local authorities, namely Bradford Council, primarily with the assistance of West Yorkshire Police, who was taken from my care on the 8th of August 2023, and today is Wednesday the 13th of December 2023. So it's been 127 days without any awareness, without being made aware whether he's alive or whether he's dead, what kind of conditions he's being held under, basically denying me access to see my own brother when they had done exactly the same thing in my mother's case, gone to the high courts and got injunction orders preventing me from seeing my own mother for the last 334 days of her life after they had forcefully then taken care of her, kicked me out of the city on the height of the pandemic on the 19th of February 2021, and then proceeded to end her life prematurely, which they are now planning to do in my brother's case, end his life prematurely. What I wanted to discuss today was, well, a couple of things. First of all, is a pattern of behavior. See, this is always the pattern of behavior. Every time they end a family member's life, there is a precursor pattern of behavior, and what that basically means is they remove my legal rights and authority to act on behalf of the vulnerable people that I have a duty of care to. And they do this by fraud and deception. So they did this exactly the same thing in the case of my brother Nazim in 2014. They removed my court-appointed deputyship role, or were looking to remove that deputyship role so they could take custody of my brother Nazim, and then eventually killed him off deliberately and looked to frame me for his death in September 2014. They've now done exactly the same thing a second time, or a third time, should I say, in my mother's case, where they spent over since December 2018, 5 years ago, plotting and planning, removing my lasting powers of attorney for my mother, and then instigating court proceedings in 2019, and then spending a couple of years in the court of protection proceedings, case after case, year after year, until 2021, when they bought off the High Court judges or senior justices to have me kicked out of the city and to take care of my mother. Within a year, less than a year of caring for my mother, they've ended her life and made her bankrupt, put her in £40,000 of worth of debt. Now they're doing the same thing with my brother. They've taken him, removed any kind of legal rights I may have, or any kind of legal rights I may have. And this is the strategy that they employ. They make legal rights into privileges, which they then can withdraw. So you have no legal rights. You only have legal privileges that they grant you or that they accept until it's uncomfortable or unnecessary for them, and then they'll take those legal rights or privileges, they'll take those redefine those legal rights as legal privileges, and then withdraw those privileges. So for the fact that I can't see my brother anymore without any legal framework in place, where's the Human Rights Act? Where's the fundamental right that I'm the greatest stakeholder in his welfare? None of that matters. All that matters is that the local authority want something and they get it done by using public money to buy off the judges. Anyway, so that's the first thing. Yes, there's a pattern of behavior that's continuing. But the most important thing today, that's the only recent development I have, is that I know many of you probably thinking, why don't I get a solicitor? Well, the problem I have is that every time I choose to get a solicitor, the local authority once again buy off the solicitors. If they can buy off the judges, do you think they can't buy off the solicitors? Well, it's literally there to make money, so they can use public money to buy off. Anyway, I have a cousin. All right, I'm not going to name names at this stage, but I have a cousin who is a solicitor, who's been a solicitor for the last 20 years, and he works very closely with the authorities, and it's quite surprising that he himself was at death's door in 2020, well, the rise of the pandemic. He was all over the newspapers stating that he nearly died because of catching COVID, and now all of a sudden he's recovered. And I've been asking him to assist me, and today he just told me, no, I don't want to, all right? And he is my close relative, and he's a solicitor. And so just shows to show you that even it doesn't matter even his family members. Like, I mean, I can't really criticize him too much, because my own siblings are involved through the collusion with the authorities in order to help terminate their own blood relations. He is one, his second cousin, so he's once removed. So I don't really blame him. He's got his own. It's basically come down to cowardice, innit? People are just yes men. They want to just go to work, get the money, and come home and be with their family, and not to rock the boat too much, or not to become, even if I was a solicitor, or even as somebody who's meant to be in the profession to, safeguard and protect justice and truth. Solicitors are there not to do that. That's what they should be doing. But the reality is that they're just there to make money. And the local authority has seemed to have an endless supply of unofficial funds that they can steal from the weak and vulnerable to pay off people in professions, particularly solicitors, to continue the narrative that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing and acting in the best interest of the people that they have a duty of care to. Well, the reality is that the only thing that they're doing is perpetuating their own lies and deceptions, and perpetuating a narrative that helps them look secure their own best interests. So yeah, that's the reality of the situation, and I just must look to persevere. It's 127 days now, and I have no access to my brother. I'm not unlikely to have any access to my brother going forward. I'm writing off to the Chief Constable of the West Yorkshire Police, saying, look, let me just see my brother, because this is just unacceptable. My brother is effectively being psychologically now tortured to death. He's been traumatized, tortured to death, as they're looking to torture me to death. They don't really care about my brother. Do you think they really care about anybody? They only care about their own bottom line and their own best interest and their own profit and gain. So it's the situation that's now I've been placed into, without the assistance of anybody. Even like my own relatives are basically turning against me, undermining anything I have to say, looking to act with incredulity, working in the best interest of the local authorities, because it's I think it's maybe under the Milgram effect, but irrespective, people don't care. All they want to do is to secure funds for themselves so that they can get money, it's just, when they say money is the root of all evil, well, clearly it is the root of all evil. The solicitors are, the devil's advocates. Solicitors are the devil's advocates that come and, act to represent the evil people of the social workers and the council and everybody else. It's very demoralizing knowing the fact that the local authority can have such that the local authority wields such unprecedented control and dominance over the civilian population that they control. So it's very, very sad and depressing. But I think I'll just leave it there. Today is the 13th of December 2023. I'm not suicidal. I won't kill myself. Any harm comes to me is as a direct result of the local authority plotting and planning, looking to end my life because they can't handle the truth that they've been fiddling the system and exploiting the weak and the vulnerable in order to financially profiteer from them. I think we should just leave it there. Allah Hafiz.